Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. It's been like a month and a half since I posted a video. I've been pretty piled up with stuff trying to figure it all out, but today I am back with my first review in a while. This is the Recon Controller from Turtle Beach. It's pretty brand new, although I am just a couple days late on this video review. I'm pretty excited to tell you guys about this one because Turtle Beach kind of stepped outside of their comfort zone for this product. They've been making gaming headsets for ever, right? And that's like all they've really made. So this is like their first step outside of that box to other areas of the gaming peripheral market. So it's pretty cool. And I think they actually really did a great job on this one. But as I was saying, it's called the Turtle Beach Recon Controller. It is for the Xbox, but will also work with PC minus like a tiny bit of functionality. So pretty standard packaging we got here. We have a little card that kind of guides us, and then we have the manual and our cable here. It's a nice cable, rated. They could have easily made it rubber, and I would not have been surprised. So here we have the controller on top. Right away I noticed the grips are pretty nice, but I also noticed that the buttons are kind of gross. They feel a lot cheaper than the brand name Xbox controller. The D-pad was a little gross, and then the triggers are pretty fine, so that should be good in a competitive game. And we have a USB connection on top. We have our 3.5mm headphone and our two paddles on the bottom. So first of all, I'd like to just get the negatives of the controller out of the way so we can move on to what really makes it a good product. So really, first of all, the thing feels really cheap. It feels much cheaper than an on-brand Xbox controller, which is sort of expected. And I think it's important to note also that it doesn't feel any cheaper than your average aftermarket controller that you'll pick up at your local Best Buy. However, it does still carry that hefty $60 USD price tag that the regular Xbox controller has. So if you're really in it for the premium feel, this is not the controller for you. But even though it's the same price and it loses its wireless functionality, which can be a big deal for some people, it also has a bunch more features. So I guess you could say that this is where I get into the positives of the controller. First of all, the big attraction, the main feature is the nice little panel of buttons up here and how that works with audio. First of all, that works with any 3.5mm headphones or headset. You can just plug it right in there. You got all sorts of awesome features on the controller which transmit to your headset or headphones, which are usually only available on Turtle Beach headsets, but this will work with anything, even like a pair of earbuds, which is pretty cool. So first of all, we have a volume up down for just your game volume, then we have a chat up and down volume, and then we have a few buttons in the middle here. We got superhuman hearing, which is basically an equalizer preset that Turtle Beach branded, which just kind of dampens certain frequencies and boosts others to help you be able to hear things like footsteps and gun reloads, which can give you a competitive edge. Then we have these mode and select buttons in the middle, which are for setting your presets and setting your profiles. You have 4 different profiles on this controller, which is pretty cool. And then of course your mic mute button. With all of these buttons, there comes a nice row of LED indicators so that you can kind of know what's going on the controller. You can also map your buttons from here. You can also map your buttons from here, which is really awesome. What button mapping, you may ask? Well, the 2 paddles on the back of the controller, of course, which is really awesome. I've looked around on the internet, and basically the only other controllers that you can find with paddles like that are either much more expensive or they're kind of in a similar market, but they're missing other features, like all these awesome buttons up here. There's actually an awesome level of features on this controller compared to the cost. But back to the paddles on the bottom, the right one is automatically set to something Turtle Beach calls Pro Aim. I can imagine that it's some sort of joystick dampener for more precise movements in aiming. So that about covers the whole controller and all of its features. I'm trying to think of anything that I might have missed. I guess the rubber pads on the handles, I thought they were going to be kind of gross and squishy, but they end up not really, I don't really feel them. when playing a game, I just didn't even notice that they were there. I can imagine that if you're a sweaty gamer though, and you're going to get all greasy, sweaty hands, that they might serve a purpose, might give you a little more grip. But for me, I just didn't even really notice them. And then we have a 3-meter USB-C cord for connecting to the Xbox or your computer, which is actually really nice and braided. They could have easily just thrown in a rubber cable in there, and I wouldn't have been surprised. It would have been like, whatever, so that's nice that they made it a braided cable. So what is the verdict then? Well, I scoured the internet looking for similar products, and the best thing that I found was a similar controller for Power A, which the last gen is the same price, and their newer gen controller, which is complete with the share button, which is on this one, that one is $20 more. It does come with 2 more bottom paddle buttons than the Recon controller here, but of course it doesn't have this awesome set of buttons up top with all of the superhuman hearing and volume stuff, which can make for a pretty serious advantage in most competitive games. So really, the Turtle Beach Recon controller isn't exceptionally high quality, but at that price point, between the superhuman hearing, the paddle buttons, and like the profile presets, and the fact that it works with like any 3.5mm headset, I feel like I can actually say confidently that it is the best purchase that you can make if you're looking for a bang for your buck upgrade to up your game in general. And I'm actually really impressed because this has turned out to be a really epic first shot from Turtle Beach. This is just their first gen, their first try at making a controller, the first try at making a peripheral that's not a headset. So good for them. But that's all for today, guys. So thank you for coming to check out the video. Please hit the subscribe button if it helped you out, or if you enjoyed it. I would really appreciate it. And I have a bunch of awesome content hopefully coming soon, and it's absolutely free to subscribe. So please do that if you feel so inclined. Please do check out the link in the description down below if you're looking to grab a Recon controller here. I'm not sponsored. They just sent me the controller to take a look at. So this is really my honest opinion about it. And thank you guys for watching. Please like the video and leave a comment of what you think about the Turtle Beach Recon controller, or if you have another controller that you think is way better. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye.